the internet is a toxic place, but it doesn't have to be. Okay, there's people out there all the time that, are on both ends of the picture here. And, I mean, it doesn't have to be like this. It really doesn't have to be like this. What? There's always something that can be done with being just able to make the world a better place in general, but especially the internet. We're in a time where we're spending so much time on there anyway. So like why be so hateful? Why put others down? When it comes to the people out there that are legitimately, they're being real and authentic. And then but then on the flip side, why keep letting these other people that are straight scumbags get away with this stuff? Why keep letting them? We're in such this backwards and hypocritical world where everything is offensive, and there's so much freaking left-wing propaganda being pushed out there. Left-leaning media and all this nonsense. It's so ridiculous. And not to mention, it's like, are there people that just have such like short-term memory or something? I'll tell you what, like it makes me question, especially with the platform TikTok, which I personally call toxic talk. And I do have a video about that, by the way. Just like I cannot begin to just process it. Wait. You know, I swear there are it feels like there's so many people that they're straight idiots. There's 170 million people on TikTok here in the U.S., and I'm convinced that 140 million of them are idiots. Whether they are the ones posting the content or the stuff they're watching, which a lot of people do call as brain rot. Well, short form content kind of can be anyway, but when it's compiled together back to back to back, you're just scroll. But I'm kind of getting away from the point here. Unfortunately, there are a lot of factors, though, that do come into play with the internet being a toxic place. It is what it is, but there can be stuff done not only just for the people that are behind, whatever, whether you got a phone, tablet, or a computer, commenting on stuff, being hateful, but also, these companies out there, like, social media, like, they can do a better job with regulating some of this stuff too. So there's definitely two sides of this story. So, it's not just a one side or the other ordeal. It's both. Okay? It's okay to disagree on something. Okay? I've had some stuff where I know I've left some comments on YouTube videos before, and even Facebook posts whenever I was on there, that I disagreed with something, but I wasn't being a straight a-hole about it either. It can be possible, people. Like, come on. You can disagree with something and not be freaking rude. Okay? You know, it's like it's like something just goes on through their minds where like they could get like so bitter about something and they just don't know how to control themselves, or they use the freedom of speech as their excuse. Now I'll tell you what, I want to tell you about this one example I remember seeing. I think his YouTube channel is called what was it? The Locksmith Lawyer, I believe. And he does like a whole bunch of videos on stuff just being, or Lockpick Lawyer? I think it's Lockpick Lawyer, but anyway, he does a whole bunch of videos on all sorts of different locks, like being lockpicked and whatnot, and you know, that stuff actually can be pretty satisfying to watch, and also kind of, you know, can show the dangers of even certain locks that you choose for certain applications and whatnot. But anyway, I remember in the comment section with this one video, I remember just like seeing this big thread where there were so many replies from this one guy, and there was somebody who, I remember he was just being a real freaking D-head and whatnot, and this guy just kept going on and on and on for literally 2 freaking years. I am dead serious. 2 years. I mean, this guy even was having like people going after him, trying to like explain to him like hey, like this isn't cool, you know. I forgot exactly what the comment was, but I mean, it was so ridiculous. And this guy kept defending himself. Freedom of speech, I can say whatever I want. I remember just looking and scrolling and just seeing how freaking toxic this guy was. And of course, look at what it tends to be. More times than not, these toxic people, they're usually ones that, you know, they have like no to very few followers, they don't make any content, blank profile, they don't show their face. You know, like, I mean, it's so predictable with even who these people tend to be. I see it all the time. It's like, but you know what? Those are the types of people who you call keyboard warriors. That's who they are. They just think, you know, they just type or whatever, you know, and like, oh, yeah, I'm just gonna say the most freaking hateful thing. But at the end of the day, like deep down, they know that they would not even say half of the stuff to somebody's face. Now for some, excuse me. Now for somebody like me, well, hey, I'll say stuff to your face too. I don't care. Yeah, I have no reason to fake anything. I mean, I have been on YouTube for 14 years, going on 15 this September, okay? And, you know, I have always been real, authentic, and truthful every video, okay? And there's even some of my Rocket League videos where, you know, like I could be talking with some other people, some friends I'm playing with, and we just be talking about whatever, and you know, I'm having a good time. And yeah, I've had some bad moments there where, you know, I could have like a bad game or a stretch of games, but you know, I mean, even for as hard as it can be, you know, I try to make sure I don't lose my cool too much. Um, Easier said than done, especially with the competitor in me. But you know, I mean, and then when it comes to my early videos where I was showing my face like I am now, I showed my face a lot more often back then, because I was also, you know, about doing like basketball trick shot videos. There's still some random stuff in there too, but as I evolved, then gaming just felt like it was my thing. But you know, that is something I'm working on with expanding my channel. Though, still keeping doing what I love with the gaming content, but also expanding with videos like this. Now, with that being said, you know, quit supporting toxic people. You know, don't. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Something's going on my throat. Don't be supporting those ones that are, you know, in overconsumption and those get rich quick schemes, pump and dump cryptocurrency, you know, all that stuff. Because I'll tell you what, I know that this happens on YouTube as well, but TikTok is like a whole other story. Okay. I do not have an account on there. Never have, never will. Platforms like TikTok, unfortunately, are, you know, what's making the internet even more toxic. Hence, as I call, toxic talk. You know, and when it comes to challenges people are making on there, which has happened on multiple platforms. I mean, heck, I remember Tide Pod Challenge actually on YouTube. That led to some people getting killed and seriously sick. So, you know, it's like, you know, if there's something even potentially dangerous, that like, don't share it. You know, don't be, you know, don't be sharing yourself doing any criminal activity. I mean, you know, we need to get back to a time where accountability and responsibility are actually back. You know, they those two concepts feel like they're lost art, unfortunately. So, you know, it's like, at the end of the day, you know, be truthful, be authentic. You know, hey, you can share your opinions. You know, it's okay to disagree on something. We don't always have to agree on everything. Okay? But, you know, don't be a douche about it. And also, you know, if you're out there making content, you know, be real, be authentic. And don't be doing stuff that can be promoting things like overconsumption and, you know, things of that nature. Heck, I mean, I think that we need more people out there that can, you know, like, you know, it comes to stuff like restocking videos, for example. You know, there's so much of like that secret advertising going on. You know, like quit doing that, okay? Like, maybe some content creators, maybe they could consider, you know, just like putting captions or descriptions saying like, hey, you can put like this size of a product in this drawer. I don't know. I mean, maybe that could at least not really be secret advertising in that case. Don't know from there. Don't really know, but it does come down to both sides. Quit. You got nothing nice to say. Don't say anything at all. And also, companies out there, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and everywhere else, also need to take measures to just stop this madness. Seriously, just stop. Like, gotta get these regulations in check. And be consistent with your rule enforcement, because that's not going to matter at all if you're punishing one person that was actually just saying something back because they got bullied, but then you don't punish the bully. So, let's stop being bitter and cruel towards one another, and start to get things going in a more positive direction.